So if you see me just giggling randomly, that's because somebody else has replied to the April Fool's joke this morning. I'm not even slightly sorry. What can I say for everybody who fell for it? I am a little bit sorry, but and shout out to people who thought like I was double bluffing them with the Special collab. But anyway, welcome back to Alex, me, Danny. Again, no guests because we're still not quite. We can do some things, but again, I've just got nobody to play with at the minute, and I've got some trainers through. So everybody shouting out saying, "Ah, you only get one pair a month. Come on, how can you do this?" I have been blessed. So thanks to the good guys over at PUMA and Canoe, they have sent me through a few pairs of trainers. Now, I know what you're thinking, Danny, look how tanned you are. Have I been to Mallorca? I've actually not, but I do have a couple of pairs of PUMA Mallorcas. So, here we go. Now, just before we get into this, I did have a little discussion with a few of the guys from the panel, in particular Dwayne from the panel, shout out Van Willjams. And we were talking about like influencers a couple of weeks ago, and I just said, look, do you know what? I am lucky I get to work with companies like Puma and other companies as well, other brands. I will only take what I think, one, I will wear, and two, what you guys will appreciate. I don't just take anything, because what's the point in showing shoes that I don't particularly like, or I don't think that you guys will like? So that's how it is. And I hope you see that in the videos. But anyway, here we go. We've got PUMA Mallorca. So we've got a couple of colours. So first of all, we've got these in Forever Blue and Orange Popsicle. What a great name. So here's the first one. Here we go. Check these bad boys out. So that's the first colourway. And I've got to be honest, I think it matches my hoodie. I didn't actually mean that. When I first saw it, and I thought, wowzers, this is a pair. I love the colour of this. So I got onto the guys at Puma and said, have you got any of these floating around? Because I'd really like to do a review on these, because I'm sure like the guys who are watching Alex would love some. I'm like, yeah, we'll send you some out. And then this is the other colourway, which is Emotion Sea Fluoro. Not as good. But check these bad boys out. What's saying about these? So a couple of pairs of PUMA Mallorcas. Now, I've got to be brutally honest. It was this pair that I saw and I was like, these are tasty. And I'm thinking, do you know, like as the pubs start opening up and we can go to beer gardens, I was like 100%, I'll be wearing a pair of these. As the sun comes out, I can rock them to a beer garden, and I just thought they're really good, to be honest. This colour, interesting. I wasn't too bothered, if I'm being brutally honest, and it was a friend. So if you've listened to the latest podcast, Tess Wavy TMJ, I said, oh, I've got a couple of people. She said, oh, show me. So I was like, show the first ones. Like, ooh, they're nice. Showed her these ones, like, I'm not too sure about these. She was like, oh no, I really like the contrast of the dark blue. It's almost like a dark blue green. It is like ocean's probably the right term for it, with the yellow Puma logo. And she was like, oh, I'm all over these ones. So I was like, oh right, okay, interesting. I thought these were way better. So let me know in the comments down below which do you think are better in the colourways. But just to show you about some of the details, and they're the same on both, so I'm not gonna do the details over both shoes. But you get a lovely like suede toe cap around the front, and then like a canvas material, if you can hear them, all the way around. Obviously the Puma logo. It's got a bit of a chunky gum sole, which I like. That's nice. Puma contact on there, and then I actually really love, check out the sole on these. I think the sole's really cool. And again, in fact, I'm going to give you some sizing information, because I know a lot of people, when I posted this pair up, they're like, oh, I really like these. And I was like, yeah, and one of the best things about them is they're 70 quid. £70. You know, like, that's just ridiculous. And they're available at like all sorts of places. I think I have seen them on sites, and I think you can get them on other places as well if you have a search around for PUMA Mallorcas. So I've got mine in a pair of size 8s, and I will do the fit test. There we go. Size 8 is about the right size for me. And I'm a 7.5 or an 8. These are an EU 42, which is what I go by. I always go by my EU size. EU 42 is a 7.5 in Nike, an 8 in Adidas, and an 8 in Puma. So go by EU sizing. So there's that. Now you do get a contrast orange lace on the blue pair, and these have just come through the post of the other colour. Like I said, they come really nicely wrapped up, and yet you get a contrast yellow lace with the darker pair. I don't know. I think the darker pair I'd wear as is. But I might do a lace flip for the orange pair. I think they might look good with orange laces. Let us know. Massive shouts to Puma. Like I say, I don't take things that aren't appropriate, and I'd like to think that you guys who watch the Annex regular, I don't know, there's the odd mad pair like the Pink Pig Dunks, for instance, which a lot of people have watched, or you know, there's the Spezial thing. But if you watch on a regular, you'll know that this kind of stuff is right up my street. So again, massive shout out to Puma for sending them through. I'm just trying to think what else is on the horizon. Obviously we've got the ZX 8500 overkills. They look really good. They are coming out, I think, in a couple of weeks time. So keep an eye out for those. So massive shout out to Mark Overkill and the team on those. That is a properly good shoe. And if you don't follow the podcast with me and Dan, the link's down below. And we cover more releases on the podcast because it's a lot easier to do it on a weekly basis, should I say, sorry. And we just do it over Zoom, so we can grab 45 an hour on the Zoom call and just record the podcast, zero editing. Whereas the YouTube videos take a lot longer to kind of produce and make and blah 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 blah. So make sure you get the podcast for more more release information and news, and we do it every single week. And I don't know, as the restrictions lift, and maybe we can get more people in the house or in the garden, or we can go out and about and start doing videos. Maybe there'll be a few more YouTube videos up. But that's for those people saying, oh, there's not much content coming out at the minute. Like I said before, that's the reason why. It's just a bit of logistics, bit of timing, and a bit of, I don't know. I like having somebody to bounce off. And not saying I can't do it, because I can, because I've just done however long this video is. But yeah, that's where we're at the minute. I can't think of anything else. Don't forget to like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. See you next time. Bye.